Yeah, this your boy Big Willie, man, Street 100, the Heat, man, you know what I'm saying? It's a Friday night, man. I know y'all out there, having a good time and everything. So on tonight, man, I have a special guest with me on tonight. Everybody that knows, her name is Rickale West. She's better known as Roxy Wuz Here, you know what I'm saying? She has a long life mission of mental health awareness and is now healing through art. Rickale studied psychology and child and family development at TSU. Shout out to TSU, you know what I'm saying? And she always has been articulately inclined in her passion of art, children, mental healing, has always been present. It shows through her one of her artworks. She's original artwork geared towards mental health awareness, art healing, and illustration of life experience and others maybe is now with. Rickale's artwork is created using mixed media, including acrylic, fluid, arsenal, and facials. Good. Rickale's artwork has been included in various exhibitions and exhibits that aid in her mission to help individuals realize art through mental awareness. She also healed it through artwork and everything. So with that being said, welcome Miss Rickale West to the show.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Let the people know, you know what I'm saying, I know I just spoke a little bit, let the people know, about you and everything and where you from and all that.
So I grew up in Dallas, Texas. Shout out to Dallas, Texas. And I moved to Houston in 2008 to go to Texas Southern University. So that's how I made my way to Houston, to come down here to Texas Southern. And I started art, as far as art, I've always been artistically inclined, like you mentioned there. But I started my intentional art practice in 2018. I was just kind of leaning into art as a tool for like mental well-being for myself, and I realized what it was doing for me, and just kind of spending some time with it, realizing that I needed to kind of open that up to the world and start sharing that out. So that's kind of how I got started leaning into my art practice and everything like that.
Okay. So when you're doing art and everything, what inspired you to do art?
Life. People have asked me that question several times, and I always say life is the inspiration. Because a lot of my work is centered around life experiences, either my own life experiences or things that I've observed that I resonate with and find some type of a way to illustrate it in my own abstract form. So definitely life is the inspiration. I feel like, I hear people use the phrase life is lifing, and I don't think that's always a bad thing. I hear it used in a negative sort of way, but I think life is just what it is. It's just life. And so I'm going to tap into every aspect of how it comes at me and express it through the work.
Okay. What were some challenges you've encountered in your early stages of your business, and how did you overcome them?
Oh man, what challenges didn't I come up against? So many, but if I can think of any in particular, and this is just kind of from a personal perspective, intimidation, and imposter syndrome, like feeling like, who do I think I am to be trying to do this? What am I doing? Like you see entrepreneurs and you see them making it work, and then you throw your hat in the ring and you're like, oh, this isn't what I thought it was. There's more to it than just the shiny parts that we see when people are celebrating the successes of being an entrepreneur. But once you really dive in and you see all of the moving parts to trying to be an entrepreneur and all of the challenges, like you say, that arise, it's, you have to really tap in with yourself and say, hey, how bad do you want this? Do you want this bad enough to persist through the challenges and keep going? To see some type of resemblance of success.
What keeps you motivated on the day-to-day basis as entrepreneurship?
Greater purpose, knowing that what I'm doing is bigger than me. knowing that there is something about what I'm doing that someone somewhere resonates with, and they need to see it. If they haven't seen it already, it'll get to them.
Okay.
And so I gotta keep going, because even if it's not for everybody, it's for somebody, and I have to do my part to make sure it gets to them.
What keeps you going every day, as far as like, what motivates you? What pushes you to the limit, you know?
I'm stubborn. I'm a stubborn woman, and I won't be defeated.
That's it.
You know, I won't be defeated. I own that, you know. You tell me no, you tell me it can't be done, and I will lose sleep finding a million ways to where it can be done. I'm too stubborn to hear no, or to take no for an answer. So, you know, even when I feel like I'm overwhelmed, I'm mindful to slow down when I need to, but knowing that, again, you know, going back into purpose, it has to be done.
Yeah.
You know, because these things, these ideas, these gifts, they don't come to us just because. You know, someone needs to see it. Get it out. You know, what they say, use it or lose it.
Yeah.
So go for it. You know, throw it out there, put it out there.
Okay.
So yeah, and I'm too stubborn to quit.
Oh, wait, y'all heard that first, right? Yeah. Can you highlight some pivotal moments or lessons you learned during your journey?
Know when to accept help. Know when to ask for help. And never be too proud. Never be too proud. Don't die on the hill of your own pride. You know, I've had people inquire about, like, okay, well, how'd you do this, how'd you do that? And I'm just like, first of all, somehow, some way, the universe and God has aligned people along this journey that have been in the right place at the right time, said my name in the right room at the right time, that have inched me up one more step on the hill, you know. And I've never been, and I've learned, I'm not gonna say never been, I've learned to not die on the hill of my own pride. Because at one point I was always like, I can do it all myself. I can do it, I don't need any help. But, you know, one of my mentors recently said to me, no man is there on an island, you have to have help. You have to be open and willing to accept help. So that's one of the biggest lessons that I've learned, is being open to learning things, even if it's not something that you thought you needed to know. You never know what you can take from a lesson that someone is offering you, that you can put into what you are working towards as far as your goals.
So, ego, that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, oh, you gotta drop that ego. You gotta drop that ego, you have to drop that pride, you have to drop, you know, control. You have to surrender. And one thing I've said recently is there are new levels to surrender. There's a new, like every time you reach a new height, you have to surrender all over again. Because once you've surrendered and you've navigated and you've worked your way through something by the grace of God or whatever you believe in, then you get to that next level and you don't know what next, so you want to try to control it. You want to try to plan it out, figure it out, fix it. And then it's like, no, let go, let God. You got to surrender, so that at every level there's a new surrender, you know?
So, growing up as a kid, was this something that you always wanted to do?
Entrepreneurship or art?
Entrepreneurship.
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You know what? When I was a child, I wanted to be a lawyer. I've never told anybody that. I wanted to be a lawyer. And I don't know where I lost that dream along the way. I think I began to realize that my lot in life was service to children. So that's my primary corporate career, was in service to children. So that is where I think that shifted, was to be of service. So that's why you notice that a lot of the stuff that I do is in service in some way. Because I learned early that, you know, sometimes we are just, some of us are intended to serve, you know. That's our purpose.
Okay.
But I did not want to have to build it myself. Like, someone give me a job, you know, I had that idea that you go to school, you get the degree, you get the career, you have the stability, you have the structure, you have the direct deposits, you know, you have the structure, like it's the plans, you plan it out.
Yeah.
You know, but I think 2020 taught us that that was a fluke. That was, no, you don't plan on nothing.
Okay.
You know? So, yeah, that's not my passion.
Okay. So, even though we're in the year 2024, what in 2023 could you do better in 2024?
Better discernment about how do I word this? I think better discernment about the type of situations that I feel are valuable for my time, if that makes sense. You know, being better with my time and how I spend it is like, okay, well, is this just an opportunity, or is this the right opportunity for my goals? You know?
Yeah.
So being mindful of that. And not to say, you know, not to knock anything that anyone would offer me, but we have goals. You know, everyone has goals, especially as entrepreneurs. And I think we sometimes waste time achieving certain goals when we are just taking everything that comes at us or entertaining everything that comes at us, because we think, okay, well, this is going to be that moment that gets me to that big stage, or gets me to that big moment, or gets me to that big level of success. And it's like, no, you have to really be mindful and use more discernment when it comes to like managing that.
Okay. What are some mistakes that people make in becoming an entrepreneur?
I can't speak for people.
Yeah.
I can speak for me.
In your mind, what do you think?
In my mind, I think not doing enough research.
Okay.
I think it's important to do research in whatever industry you're trying to, you know, step out and be an entrepreneur in. I think it's important to do some homework, you know. I can say that I've done quite a bit of research as far as art and being an exhibition artist and how to get that aspect of, you know, my brand up. But as a business person, you know, I kind of had to I worked backwards a little bit. So it's like I found myself in some situations where I backtracked to get on track.
Okay.
As far as the business aspect of it, though. So as far as I think entrepreneurship in itself, research.
Okay. How do you go about, let's say opportunity comes up or a business deal comes up, so how do you go about making that decision in, do you want to pursue it or not? Like, how do you go about that?
Back to research. So I thought it was nosy, but I want to know. I want to know what this is about. I want to know if it's aligned with my goals. So I'm going to find everything I can on this opportunity, this company, this person, you know, to find out if it is something that is aligned with my goals. I'm very flexible. That is one thing that I will say is a strength for me, is flexibility. I'm super flexible. So it's like, even if it's not precisely aligned, I'm going to look for the silver lining in it to see, okay, well, maybe is this something that I can consider exploring for my, you know, goals, or exploring. Because also, what can I offer to them? I think it's important when people come to you with a business idea or a collaboration idea, and this is just the way I think about it. It's like, okay, well, I also want to be of value to this person as well. So it's like, if I don't see myself being of value, you know, I don't want to just take it.
So like, if the opportunity presents itself, you know, a lot of us, we think, you know, man, if there's an opportunity for it, you know, take that opportunity, because a lot of times opportunity can take you to places that you've never been before in your life. So, and you just said that you go back and you research. So like, when you research, how long does it take a day or two? Like, when you research to really...
It just depends, because sometimes you find nothing, but then you have to really tap in and pray. First of all, you know, that is one thing I really got in my prayer bag over this last 2 years. Like, okay, God, show me the way. You know, I have one particular prayer I always pray, and if, you know, something goes awry, I'm like, all right, well, that was the answer. You know, I said no. So, because sometimes, you know, you research stuff and you don't find anything, or you don't find what you think you're looking for. So you really have to trust your intuition and kind of tap into that intuition and see, you know, so there's really no time frame on that, you know, it's, because really we know a lot of times in our gut immediately, but, you know, we get in that space where we're like, well, I don't know, let me see, let me ask some questions, and, you know, so it's about trusting yourself, so it just, I mean, that takes however long you think it should take.
Yeah. So have you ever made a decision in life where, you know, you felt like it was a good decision, but then as it went on, you're like, oh, I shouldn't have did that. You know?
All the time. I think that's how we learn. That's how we grow, is messing up, making decisions that we thought were good. You know, I think when we make a decision and we think it's good, it's because we're coming from a space of trust. We see things and people from our own viewpoint. So it's like, okay, well, I would do this on a stand-up basis. I would be, you know, this person in this situation. So I trust that this is how this is going to go. But then when it doesn't go that way, you have to make a sometimes hard decision and walk away.
So like, do you go to your family? You know,
my sister, I'm gonna call my, if my sister say no, there have been times where I would call my sister and she'll say, I don't know, do a little bit more, check, hold on, you know. And it's not, my sister's not like one of those Debbie Downer people, like she doesn't trust any and everything, but I know she has way better discernment than me, you know. And she's the big sister, right? Okay. So, you know, prayer book, that's what sister says goes. But she's not gonna say something that's gonna be against my best interest. You know, she's gonna advise that I do my homework, do some research, you know, be honest with me if I'm really making a mistake at something, you know what I mean? But as far as like checking in with the family, I'm gonna call my sister first. I'm like, girl, hey, what you think about this? I was like, what you think about this?
And then she always like give you the right answer
to me, yeah. You know, that's, you know, me and my sister are super close. We are, and this is one of my sisters. And to be clear, I have 3 sisters. Okay. And this is the sister that I consider my confidant. I call on her the most. I love all my sisters the same, but this is the one that's my advisor. You know, I'll call her and to me, you know, she doesn't need me, you know, she's gonna always speak to my best interests. So even if I'm pushing back, because I'm stubborn, you know, let's go back to that, I'm stubborn. So even if I'm pushing back, she's gonna be like, all right, well, you know, you can do whatever you want to, but I'm just saying, you know. So, but no, yeah, I trust her 100%.
Oh man, that's good. Well, listen, we're about to take a break.
Okay.
And we're going to come right back and we're going to get into more of this interview with Rickale West, man. So we about to play Trey, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Trey the Truth, man. About to play Deuces featuring their boy Young Poker, Big Poker, R.I.P. Big Poker, man. School of Click for Life on Street 100 The Heat. My sister actually, she was the first one, so she gave me the homework. So I had to do my homework. She gave me this app where they'll actually break down the questions better, especially when you interview people, like people be coming off the head. But like this was actually, and I had to break all those questions down.
Yo, Ricky Poker, landed in the jungle where other niggas get nervous. Designated as sewers for sailors don't get service. Making housing with smokers the only place you can purchase. That self-employed in a trap where the workers send you with service packs. Was never social, all I know is my pen and my bed. I'm on the phone with Mama C, reminiscing the jam. These niggas never get the picture, they vision is bad. Nigga, the truth is here, only the killer you push in your hand.
Trey, what it do, big homie? Y'all know how this go, right? Real recognize real, man. The true word. For the real shall live and the fake shall run from another mother. And what that mean if you don't stand for something, then you gon' fall for anything. Yes, I walk in these stars jeans. They pop trunks and make their cars late. The hood got bizarre things like rated R screens. So my parental advisory to the youth is the truth. And back it up with proof. Don't nobody know what's happening till it's happening to you. Now they asking you what's happening cause it's happening to them too. Ain't too many niggas riding, but I'm driving way far. Got fun in the passenger trailers, pull up in their yards. I'm not asking for space, bitches, I'ma go hard. Now when you swing a stick out far, they help you bow guard. Deuces and trays, push your fingers, throw 'em up to God. Watch this cash be a nigga as I lead a bow star. Yeah, you see me, oil spill niggas, BP. I got Texas waves, producers in your trays.
In the trades, two trades, told them deuces up in them caves too. I don't play fool, all this cash I'm stacking. A sound rifled up bitch like a man out of racket. They say if a nigga fold on you, he'll roll on you. If you're blessed and you trying to progress, he'll prolong you. Talk best thing for a hater, keep him out my reach. Cause since say a fade a nigga like a bottle of bleach. Sky blocking this bitch, and the song is popping. Straight dropping this bitch, niggas zones is locking. My banger is black, swingers is turning. If I catch him playing games, banger up burning. Yeah, I'm hard on the chick, I mash on them. In the spur, getting head, counting cash on them. Crack wood until the winner, yeah, we play to win. Mob style, cash bill, nigga, ABN.
Jordan Tower.
Yeah, this your boy Big Willie, man, Street100 Heat, man. Y'all just got them here in trade, you know, deuces featuring Young Bug. R.I.P. the Big Pokey, man, Screwed Up Quick representative, man. About to get into one more song, man, by Trey the Truth, man. So, y'all definitely check this out on Street100 The Heat.
In the plan that gives you more, like an increased dental benefit.
Yeah. It's another 48, huh? Alright. Ace time. I got you. Pulling out the slab and I still pouring up the piece and making things on my food. Pulling out the slab and I still pouring up the piece and making things on my food. Pulling out the slab and I still pouring up the piece and making things on my food. Pulling out the slab and I still pouring up the piece and making things on my food. I'm rolling in the slab and I still look good. Throwing up the wrist and they can pay it for my good. Tell them I ain't tripping if I hate the jump. Get his ass big, high place and leave I hate the dump. Hold this glass, I'm coasting, everything slow motion. $10,000 paint got me wet as the ocean. Sailing through the city in a swingable motion. Everything get dropped when they see it. old school. Yeah, nigga, we the shit. Anytime you see me, tell them it's screwed up, please. Pulling out the slab, and I still look cool. One of the person that can dance for my tool. Pulling out the slab, and I still look cool. One of the person that can dance for my tool. Pulling out the slab, and I still look cool. One of the person that can dance for my tool. Pulling out the slab, and I still look cool. One of the person that can dance for my tool. I'm rolling, nigga, I'm holding. Paper tags ain't a damn thing stolen. Bunch of niggas waiting on the truth to fall off. I'm a full-time job, tell them call off. I keep bang in the bag with the trunk up. Ain't got that thing in the bag if you fuck up. Yeah, I see you niggas steady watching me. Don't watch me, hit you can't stop me. I don't get mad, I just get bread. I don't fall in love, I just get head. I represent it for the city, nothing less. This for the north and the south, I'm southwest. Look out your slab, and I still look cool. One of the person that can dance for my tool. Pulling out the slab, and I still look cool. One of the person that can dance for my tool. Pulling out the slab, and I still look cool. One of the person that can dance for my tool. Pulling out the slab, and I still look cool. One of the person that can dance for my tool. Top lit down, man, hold up. Money working, I got my pockets swole up. Glass look amazing every time I roll up. Tree hotter than the summer, but the rollie froze up. Hoes all on me, so I guess I'm chose up. You can tell I'm going with her when I let the nose up. Face go down when the ass goes up. If she open up, I ain't need her till it close up. Slow line banging when I'm sliding in my slayer. Trunk hitting hard like Pacquiao, damn. H-time Texas, nigga, you know how it goes. Get money, bitch, I'm ballin' with the goals. Pulling out the slab, and I still look cool. One of the person that can dance for my tool. Pulling out the slab, and I still look cool. One of the person that can dance for my tool. Pulling out the slab, and I still look cool. One of the person that can dance for my tool. Pulling out the slab, and I still look cool. One of the person that can dance for my tool.
Yeah, this your boy Big Willie, man, Street100 Heat, man. Just got to listen to Trey Rolling, man. So, just want to get back into this interview, man. So, can you talk to us about mental health?
Ooh,
Like,
mine or everybody else's?
okay, so speak of,
Why I guess my work is surrounding mental health. Okay, so my work started as it's a part of my own personal management plan for art and mental wellness. Because like I mentioned before, when I started art, I was going through a lot of changes in my life at the time, and it was just a lot of feelings that I had that I couldn't understand, that I couldn't make sense of. And this was pre-therapy, but art was existent then in my life. So I realized, like I said, art is a tool. And when I realized what it was doing for me, I decided that needed to stand out in the work that I was doing. Dealing with depression, dealing with intense anxiety, not knowing where to put all of that energy, it went into the canvas. And I again started to realize how helpful and how soothing that was. I actually just sold a piece called Love Conquers All. This Christmas Eve, I think it was, Christmas Eve. And that piece in particular was done, it started one night. I was restless. I was anxious, and I couldn't do anything but paint. So I just painted the canvas red. And later, just again in sort of the same state, I came back and I added some of the words. And at the time, these were words that sort of spoke of some of the thoughts that I was having. And then I came back and I added the word love across the center of it. And that was just kind of like a little note to myself in the midst of feeling all of those things, and just kind of drawing the concept around that. Love conquers all, and of course that has grown over the time. I think I did that painting back in 2018. It was one of my early pieces. And it just kind of, like I said, the concept grew. as I went through different stages and phases and challenges and overcoming different things in life from then and now to now. So that is part of why mental health is so important to me in the work, is because I can testify to what art has done for me and how it is still a big medicine to me on some days when I need it most, you know. So again, for those who, I hear people say all the time, oh, I can't do art, I'm not an artist. You don't have to be an artist. Or you don't have to think of yourself as an artist to use art as a tool for mental well-being, you know?
Okay. So, adaptability in never-changing business landscape. How do you stay adaptive and navigate through uncertainties?
Ooh. Flexibility, you know, having a strength of flexibility, it helps me to adapt to different changes. I'm not going to say I don't have my days where I'm just like, well, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? Who do I think I am? You know, especially on days when things are not working the way I want them to be working. It's just like that, what they say, the faith of a mustard seed. It's that. It's the faith of a mustard seed, and knowing that I have done so much and I've built so much so far, it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense to give up. Even on the worst days, on the hardest days, on the days where it seems like it's a dumpster fire, it doesn't make sense to give up, because I know that in comparison to how I feel right now and how I would feel if I gave up and looked back and I could be so much further along, it would be worse. It would feel worse to give up. Come so far.
That's deep. That's deep. How do you encourage innovation within what you do?
Innovation. You know, I consider myself an innovator.
Okay.
And that's just kind of like a self-titled, but truly what it is just, I am blessed enough to get downloads that come off as innovation, if that makes sense. It is just what, that one thing that God will give us all, He sprinkled me with a little good idea, you know, and that's the gift that He gave me, was innovation. And so that's what it is. I think studying things is important when you want to recreate something, or when you want to reimagine something. You can study people, you can study a different style, you can study techniques, you can study a craft. I've reimagined some of my own work by studying it. So a lot of the works that I have as far as my art portfolio come from me looking at what I originally did and seeing how I could have done it better and just redoing it. But it looks different and it has a deeper concept, because of course I've come through a different stage in life. So there's a deeper concept, deeper technique, whole new piece.
So, have you ever spoken, like, go to, like, different events where you speak about mental health?